Hey guys, thanks for coming back and joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. Glad to have you back. So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about 10 things that happen in your body while you sleep. So, we talk a lot about kind of pushing for self improvement, trying to make ourselves better people using the left brain, logical, reasoned thought processes to make decisions. Because it's been our experience that when you take that approach, you usually wind up making better decisions, which put you in better spots in life, gives you better opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. So, that's kind of the overarching thing around our channel is let's use our heads. Let's keep our wits about us. Let's stay calm. Let's make good, rational, fact based decisions. So, one of the ways to do that is to just kind of understand how things work so that you can factor that in to your decision making process. And from both a physical and a mental health perspective, sleep is such a good thing for your body. So your body essentially repairs itself while you sleep. That's both your physical body and the kind of chemical reactions that happen in your brain, your digestive system that kind of move things around and make your body work. So we focused on that because our argument is getting enough sleep is absolutely critical to both your physical and mental well being. We talked about it in a previous episode, or some previous episodes, that we have sacrificed sleep and been in sleep deprivation for long periods of time throughout our career. So, I heard a quote today that said, people are jealous of what you have, but they're not jealous of what you did to get it. And I think that's a good way to think about it. I've had a successful athletic career all the way through college and had a chance to play professionally. I've been successful in business. I run a company now. I failed in business too. Like there's lots and failed in athletics. Like that's part of it as well. But I've had way more successes than failures, and it's hard work. It's a grind. It doesn't happen by accident. You have to commit. You have to work hard. You have to do all those things. And sleep is one of the things. It's one of the tools that you can use to really put yourself in the best possible chance to succeed. So with all that said, let's jump into what actually happens in your body while you sleep and why it's so important to get enough sleep. So, first, brain activity. Obviously, your brain is still active while you sleep. Now, here's the part that's interesting it's processing information and forming new memories. It's just not telling your heart to beat or your lungs to breathe or the things that keep you alive while you're unconscious and sleeping. It's actually rewiring your brain and working on your brain while you're asleep. It also removes the toxins that build up during the day, both in your brain, in your bloodstream, and your muscles throughout your body. So, like your brain kind of goes into maintenance mode while you sleep. And it's terribly important to get enough sleep to allow your brain the opportunity to rest and perform those maintenance tasks. So, that is number one, and nothing more important to take care of than your brain for sure. So, number two, heart rate and blood pressure. Your heart rate and blood pressure drop during non REM sleep, and REM stands for rapid eye movement. Um, and your heart doesn't have to work as hard. So, since your heart can never take a break, it can never stop, it's good to give it periods where it doesn't have to work nearly as hard as it does during the day when you're up and moving around, when you're doing your workout, when you're under stress, whatever the case may be. Your heart is working very hard during those many of those periods. And so having a period of sleep where your heart can rest because your blood pressure drops and it's easier for your heart to circulate blood throughout your body, that's super, super important. Now, during REM sleep and when you wake up, your sympathetic system activates. So you've got what's called a parasympathetic system, which is the stuff that happens behind the scenes. You don't have to think about breathing. You have to think about telling your heart to beat. That's done by your parasympathetic system. You have to think about digesting your food. Your parasympathetic nervous system does those things. And when you wake up, your sympathetic system kicks in. That's what makes you stretch. I want to reach out and grab that pencil. I want to go downstairs and cook breakfast. All those things activate when you wake up, and that's what increases your heart rate and increases your blood pressure. So that's when your system kind of kicks back into, call it live mode, from maintenance mode when you sleep. And that actually happens during REM sleep as well. And REM stands for, again, for rapid eye movement. And that is a period of sleep mostly where you dream. And that it's very important to get into REM sleep because your body has essentially gone as dormant or as quiet as it can, and the REM sleep kind of takes over. It allows your body to do a lot of the functions that we're talking about here. So, three, breathing. So, your breathing rate decreases and becomes regular during most stages of sleep. So, very important for the same reasons that we talk about your heart and your brain. You know, your lungs need to work all of the time as well. You're constantly breathing in and out during the day without having to think about it. You know, it's important to get enough sleep to give those critical systems, your nervous system, your brain, your heart and circulatory system, your lungs and your respiratory system, a chance to kind of work less hard, heal themselves, and take care of themselves. All that happens while you sleep. Number four, muscle relaxation. Your muscles relax, including your heart, which is the key muscle in your body. But your muscles are relaxed, and so if you work out, if you've had a stressful day, if you've done a lot of physical work, your muscles relax, and it gives your body a chance to let them rest as well. As well as number five, it's tissue repair. So your body repairs tissue and increases blood supply to your muscles. So if you're working out, if you're a weightlifter, if you're athletic, if you're taking on a new challenge and you push yourself, the way your muscles actually grow is in your sleep. They don't actually grow while you're awake. Your body takes care of all those things, removing toxins, and because your heart doesn't have to work as hard, and because the other systems in your body aren't working as hard, your body can divert blood flow to muscles to clear out toxins, to take food to muscles, to build new muscle tissue, to build new brain cells. And all of those things happen while you sleep. So, another reason that sleep is so critical and so terribly important to just the whole process of keeping your body, your brain, your heart, everything in your body, but your brain, your heart, your circulatory system, and your respiratory system in top shape as well. Speaking of systems, it also works on your immune system. So sleep helps keep your immune system strong, which helps prevent infections and inflammation. And inflammation is one of the biggest problems most people experience. When you hear about people that have lost a lot of weight, one of the biggest benefits they get from that is that it reduces inflammation. Your muscles don't have to work as hard. Your skeletal system is under much less stress. Your cardiovascular system doesn't have to work as hard. Your respiratory system doesn't have to work as hard. And you think about it, when you heat something up, when you use it a lot, it inflames. That happens in your joints. It happens in your muscles. It happens in your tendons, your ligaments, all over your body. And so when you sleep and your immune system can repair itself, that it reduces the inflammation in your body. And that's why you feel so much better after you've had a hard day's work and you wake up the next day. A lot of it's because the inflammation that was in your system has gone down because your body has removed the toxins, the lactic acid, the byproducts of metabolism from your body. And that's why you feel better, is that the inflammation has reduced and you feel more normal, feel like kind of reset when you wake up. Number seven, metabolisms. The hormones that control hunger and fullness depend on stable sleep to work properly. So there's a kind of an interplay. There's multiple hormones that control both your metabolism, telling you that you're hungry, telling you you're not hungry. Insulin is a hormone that tells your body to store fat, to not store fat, to take sugar out of your blood system. All of those hormones work better when your immune system is working correctly, when your brain is working correctly, when your circulatory system and your respiratory system are working correctly, all of which get repaired and kind of put into optimal position when you sleep. So can't stress it enough how important sleep is. Dreaming. You dream each night when you're in REM sleep, and everyone dreams every night. A lot of people don't remember. I don't remember many dreams, so I've never been much of a dreamer even as a kid. But you spend about 2 hours dreaming every night, whether you remember them or not. It happens while you're asleep. But even though the exact purpose of dreaming is unknown, it's not known. No one can kind of figure out exactly why we dream. There's several theories around there that say it helps you process emotions. And so if you sleep enough and you go into REM sleep, because REM sleep kind of happens after you go really, really deep into sleep, processing those emotions is really good for your mental health. It's really good for your stability. It's really good for developing coping mechanisms to manage stress and hardship and et cetera, et cetera. So you have to sleep long enough and hard enough to go into REM. So if you've ever had a night of restless sleep, the biggest reason that happens is because you don't fall into a deep enough sleep to go into REM, and your body doesn't do all of the basic repairs that it needs to. So it feels more tired when you wake up the next day. That's why restless sleep really impacts how you feel when you wake up the next morning. So dreaming, although we don't know why it happens, universally across the board, everything I've read from medical professionals says dreaming is critical to good mental health. So terribly important to get enough sleep so that that happens every night as well. Kidney function. So your kidney function slows down, so you don't feel the need to urinate as often. That's a good thing. I can tell you, as you get older, at least as a man, you get older, that doesn't happen nearly as much. So I just have to get up a couple times every night to use the boys' room. But I've from the research I've done, that's more and more, it's more normal the older you get. But your kidney function, either way, your kidney function still slows down at night. And so by slowing down, it allows you to stay in a deeper sleep longer, and your body can go through all the repairs that we're talking about here. And then the last thing that insulin function, we talked about insulin previously, and this is a subject near and dear to my heart because my oldest son developed diabetes in his late 20s. And unknown to us, he had a near death experience because of his diabetes, and he was on life support for a couple of days. And so we've learned all about how that process works in your body, how to manage your blood sugar, how to manage your insulin. And sleep protects against insulin resistance. What insulin resistance is even though you have insulin in your bloodstream, your body doesn't react to it the way that it usually reacts to it, which leads to more sugar in your bloodstream, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. And it's interesting when you research type 2 diabetes, many sources say that you can control type 2 diabetes through diet and exercise. A lot of the things that we're talking about on this channel, taking care of yourself, trying to improve yourself on a regular basis, um, kind of trying to live your best life, both physically and mentally. So even if you do develop type 2 diabetes, a lot of studies show it can be reversed through proper diet, good exercise, and controlling your weight. So my son has lost quite a bit of weight and is super healthy now, but his diabetes turned out to be type 1 diabetes, where for some reason his body stopped producing insulin. So it still produces a little bit of insulin, but he's got to manage his blood sugar now on a regular basis. So by getting enough sleep, you can hopefully prevent that from happening to you. Because I can tell you, it was a scary deal. We wound up at the emergency room and he wound up on life support for a couple of days because nobody had done a blood test on him. And so, like, a high blood sugar level is 150. When he went to the hospital, his was over 700. So, insulin function is critical to your well being. And by getting enough sleep, you can help fight off insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes, which is a very, very serious problem that you can have in your body. So, look, all of those are very good reasons to get enough sleep. And let's just be straightforward. It feels good when you wake up from a good night's sleep. You feel rested, you feel ready, you're mentally sharp, you're ready to take on the day, you feel physically repaired and physically better than you did when you went to sleep. So, can't stress enough how important sleep is. Your body repairs itself. It's when you build muscle, it's when you build new brain connections. It helps the hormones in your body do what they're supposed to. It gives the really important systems in your body, your circulatory system, your nervous system, your cardiovascular system, a break so that they can repair themselves and function optimally as well. So can't stress it enough. You should focus on getting enough sleep. Uh, everything I've seen says a cool room, very dark room, no screens, no phones, no computers, no televisions. All of those things are key to getting a good night's sleep. So really think about that and try to look at the environment in which you sleep. Make sure it's a cool room. Make it as dark as possible. Stop with screen time before you go to bed. All of those things will help you get a good night's sleep, and I think you'll be shocked if you get good sleep on a regular basis how much better you feel when you do that. So I hope you find that helpful, guys. Again, we're always trying to bring you tips to help you live your best life. Think about things. We're really focused on really trying to get people to think about things logically, less emotionally, fact-based decisions, research-based decisions. And so a lot of the content that we put out on our channel is around that. Some of it might be about business, some of it might be about self-improvement, some of it might be about mental health, some of it might be about physical health, but it's all coming from the context of let's use our heads, let's make good decisions, let's make fact-based decisions, and I think we're all going to wind up in a better spot if we do that. So hope you find it helpful. We found it helpful. We learned some stuff putting this episode together that we didn't know previously, and we're glad we're able to share it with you. So don't forget to head on over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. We've got a daily newsletter that we publish that you can subscribe to on our website. We've got all of our podcast episodes available on our website and links to all of our social media. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to our content on whatever platform you consume it on. Really appreciate you guys coming back and checking us out. Everybody have a great week, and we will see you next time.